All right, welcome to the third learning objective here, the implementation plan. One of the most important skills you can teach your students when using thinking maps is to be able to talk through their maps, and you should be able to do that from the very beginning as you're introducing the maps. So our purpose for today will be just that. Okay, our objective for signal words and thinking maps will be to introduce or find ways to introduce thinking maps to our students. Okay, the reason for this is to introduce students and get them talking in the maps, through the maps right away. All right, and you'll know you got it if you can create a map to introduce all 8 thinking maps to a class that involves them talking through the thinking maps. Right. So some suggestions for implementation are listed in the Google Slides decks that are that follow. These are samples that I use to introduce the maps to a group of 9th graders. Feel free to use, adapt, ignore, and create your own. In each case, though, it's really important to have students talk through the maps since they're about themselves. It tends to be easy for them to talk because they like to talk about themselves. We all do. So I'm going to walk you through only the circle map, and then you can look at the slide deck to look at the rest. Okay, so the circle map looks like this. The very first thing I have the students do is take out a sheet of paper and fold it in half like this. And this is specific to the circle map only. For all the other maps, use a full sheet of paper, and you'll see why the circle map, this circle map, is done this way. All right, have them draw one on that half like that, and in the center write their name. Okay, and I actually like to give them an example first. So in the outer circle, where the sprinkles go on the donut is how I describe it to them. They're going to brainstorm ideas about themselves, what they like to do, who they are, what their hobbies are, etc. And I give them an example. Here's my example. So there's my name. I write that in the center. I tell them about the important people in my life, like my family. Tell them about what we like to do, how long I've been married, how many kids I have. The other important people in my life are my students. So here's the picture of me and my students from a few years ago. Tell them about how long I've been teaching, what I've been teaching. I like to throw in this picture because I met Luke Skywalker once, and I'm really proud of that. And talk about that. I talk about how I really love Google, and kind of tell them about how we'll be using Google. I have a TED Ed lesson featured on the TED Ed website, so I tell them about that. And then my favorite food in the world is pupusas, a Salvadorian dish, and so use that to relate to some of my students. And then I let them create their own, and I have them do it on half a sheet of paper because it becomes a name tent to help me remember their names with visual cues about who they are and what they like.